Hello and welcome to the Authentic Wednesday podcast. Each week, my guest and I share our vulnerable behind-the-scenes stories of giving ourselves permission to take off our masks, let go of expectations, and embrace our own path of freedom and authentic connection. I am your host, Bianca Hughes, a lover of authenticity. Hello and welcome to the Authentic Wednesday podcast. It is your host, Bianca Hughes. I wanted to pop in because I know last week I did not release an episode and I really tried to record this and get this out in time, but life happens, right? So remember, here on the podcast, we talk about not just hearing other people's stories, but what it truly means to be authentic and live in your truth and authenticity. So on that, I wanted to really share some stuff with you. I have been thinking about the podcast and where I want it to go. And, you know, as you kind of do a analysis and the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm also about making sure I'm in an alignment. I'm in doing what God has called me to do and just gaining clarity and making sure that, you know, you as the audience are getting what you truly need. So there are going to be some changes on the podcast, which I have not finalized, but I wanted to come on here and tell you in the middle of everything, because I know we normally come up and say, these are the new changes, but I'm in the middle of changes. And one of the things I'm doing is taking more time to recognize and appreciate the beauty of what takes place before you reach the goal or accomplishment, and enjoying that part too. So just to share with you, I am gaining more clarity on the podcast. It is still going to be definitely for sure me interviewing some guests. Probably might be a slight name change, but it's still going to have that sense of authenticity and vulnerability and people sharing their stories. Also possibly thinking about moving it to seasons, well, not seasons or series, whatever they call it, just because it's easier. And I know I already do a pause, but I just figured that I might as well just do seasons. Again, we talk about rest and doing what's best for us. I did think about doing it every 2 weeks, but it might go into seasons. I have not finalized. So yeah, name change, probably going into seasons, definitely going to be having more guests, interviewing some more guests, having them share their stories of connecting to their authentic self and just sharing their life stories. So I wanted to share that. So look out for this space. I don't have a date, hopefully in the next month. However, you can just, if you're following the podcast, please follow, then you'll know when the new one releases and you'll begin updates. And also you can join the mailing list. So you can get an email of when the new episodes are launching. And I will put that on the show notes. And you can also just go to the website authenticwednesday.com and sign up for the newsletter just to stay connected there. So as always, I am appreciative and thankful and grateful for you listening and sticking with me. As you know, as I make these changes, but I appreciate that. But that's part of life, right? I just want to just share that with you, just so that anyone who is listening and making changes, you don't have to have all the answers in the changes and what's it going to look like exactly. Like, that's part of the process, is figuring it out. So thank you so much. Do not forget to follow the podcast on whatever platform you are listening to, and sign up for the newsletter so you can be kept up to date when the new episode launches. If you connected with what you just heard, please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. You can stay connected by following the Instagram Bianca Keisha, spelled Keisha, Kesha, or visiting the website authenticwednesday.com. Remember, authenticity is a journey, not a destination.